Alright, how y'all doing? Major Slack here. Dead Space 2 Hardcore Run, Chapter 6, Part 2. Those of you who bought my ebook may be wondering why I call this area here Shopping Worn A14, and that's because when you're on the elevator, if you look above the door on the elevator, the sign above the door will tell you that you're arriving at Shopping Worn A14, so that's why I call it that. Essentially, this area has 6 enemies, 3 pairs, and each pair is spawned by 3 distinct trigger lines in the area. The first trigger line is just past the save station. The second trigger line is the lighted sign in the middle of the room. And the third trigger line is the last archway at the end of the concourse. And in my ebook, I have detailed maps showing exactly where those trigger lines are. And I have a strategy which will show you how to use the resources in this area to wipe out all the enemies using no ammunition whatsoever. But in this hardcore run, once again, the motto is hard and fast. So I'm just going to line gun spam the first bear, blow away this puke run right here, and speed run past the whole motley crew, and we're out of there. Yeah, actually, you don't have to take out that puker on the right there. You can actually speed run past him too, but I like to take him out with the line gun just for a little insurance. This area here, the baby bomb nursery, it's like I do something ridiculously risky here. I don't recommend this at all. I speed run right past it. You often can get stuck at the door here and the bombs will blow and you're done, you're toast. I've actually blown a hardcore run doing that. I don't know why I did that. I guess I was in a kind of a thrill-seeking mood. But yeah, but I wouldn't recommend it doing like that at all. I would recommend you take on the nursery methodically and carefully. Use kinesis to launch creeps at the crawlers to stun them, and then pick up the stunned crawlers and throw them at the rest to kill them. That's the no ammo method of taking care of them. Alright, the gymnasium. Big battle in here. Starts off with 3 claw kitties and a puker around the corner there. That's just kind of like the warm-up. The big battle happens after you get on stage and you do the hack. By the way, if you're going to use detonator mines to lay a trap for the big battle after you get on stage, I highly recommend that you go to the hack panel first, because there's a little glitch in the game where if you do a checkpoint restart and you've laid out detonator mines, the game will disappear those detonator mines and it won't add them back to your inventory, which is, you know, hey, no fair game. And you can mitigate that by simply going to the hack panel first and then begin laying your trap of detonator mines. As far as the big battle that you have to undertake after you get up on stage and you do the hack, what spawns exactly is 12 claw kitties. I referred to the pack as the claw kitties. I don't like the pack, the name the pack. I find it's kind of a dumb name. Okay, so 12 claw kitties, 4 crawlers, and 1 infector. Now the monkey wrench in the whole deal is the crawlers. You could easily wipe out all the claw kitties and the infector using just the primary fire and the ripper, but it's those damn crawlers that kind of screw everything up, because you can't go at them with the primary fire or the ripper because they'll blow you to smithereens. So they kind of mess up your whole ripper rhythm, as it were. The crawler's Achilles heel is that they can only get on stage by using the stairs. So the best thing to do is actually to lay a detonator mine at the top of the stairs, such that when the crawlers try to approach you, they can't get past the detonator mine and they blow themselves up, and that's it, that's all. And then once you've done that, the area is pretty much a cakewalk. But I'm going to take on the big battle the old-fashioned way, the same way I did it in my normal walkthrough, because I used some detonator mines in the Stalker warehouse, and I want to conserve as many detonator mines as I can for the elevator ride at the beginning of Chapter 7. So I'm just going to draw them off to the right here, try to blow away some crawlers if I can to get an edge, and then come back to the stairs. And now a lot of the enemies are bunched up in the middle of the floor. Lay down the timed mine, and ba-boom. That gives me a big advantage right there. Use the stasis canister on the rest, and then just go at the rest of them with the ripper. And quite often you'll get lucky, because the infector will just be coming up on stage and you can go at him with your first charge with the ripper, and he's down and out of the equation. And then just go back to the back left corner. Kind of misjudged that claw kitty because he was in stasis, so he kind of like hopped over my ripper blade. Anyway, like I said, go back to the back left corner of the stage, which creates a beautiful choke point using the stage scenery. So basically you got all the claw kitties coming at you in one direction, and you know, just deploy the ripper and boom, Bob's your uncle. They're all, you know, basically committing suicide as they try to rush you. Like I said, I was trying to conserve detonator mines So I didn't bother laying an elaborate trap in the middle of the gym floor using det mines, because I want to save as many det mines as I can for the solar elevator ride at the beginning of chapter 7. As far as the dead bodies and dismembering them, you saw me dismember them before so that the infector won't turn them into slashers. I think it's questionable whether you really need to dismember the dead bodies, because if you're going to lay a trap using detonator mines and timed mines, you might want to actually leave those dead bodies in the middle of the gym floor to make sure the infector stays off your butt. Because otherwise the infector will just come crawling right up on stage and come right after you if you do dismember the dead bodies, because basically what you're doing is you're giving the infector no other target except you. So it's questionable whether you really want to dismember those dead bodies. I've experimented actually with leaving them intact in the middle of the gym floor, and it works quite well. Because like I said, it gives the infector a target to go after, and you control its movements, okay? Alright, so we got Nicole babbling away in our ear now, and this will be followed by some more chit chat with Ellie when we meet up with her in the transport hub area. My hardcore run will continue to play in the upper right corner there, but for now I'm going to show you how to kill the brute in the transport hub area using no ammunition, okay? And we're going to make use of some resources here in the transport hub. Our standoff point is going to be beneath the H in the big transport hub sign, the big red transport hub sign. That's our standoff point, and we're going to use 2 spikes. One you can find beside the spacesuit, and the other one's over there on the counter, and this stasis canister over here. Alright? So using those 3 items, we can kill the brute on Zealot mode, okay? On Zealot difficulty, using no ammunition, alright? So, in our standoff point, at our standoff point, beneath the H in the big red transport hub sign, this is going to place the brute right in front of us, and it's going to have its back turned to us, and its back legs, its tiny back legs, are going to be exposed, and those back legs are very vulnerable, much more vulnerable than its arms, and you can actually dismember one of those back legs using only these 2 spikes, okay? By the way, the developers of Dead Space 2 have littered the game with resources that allow you to take on many areas of the game using no ammunition whatsoever. All these no ammo strategies and much more are outlined in my ebook, Dead Space 2 Secrets. Check out the link in the video description for a free downloadable sample chapter. Here we go, brute drops in, put it in stasis, spear its back leg a couple times, and there it is, it's dismembered. Go a fair distance away, it's now in barf ball mode, and you can use telekinesis to catch its barf balls and throw it back at it, and 3 to 5 times like that, and you kill it.
Hello, Isaac. Well, this brings up bad memories. I barely managed to escape the CC facility this morning.
And the further you go away from it, the easier it will be to catch the barf balls, okay?
You?
Engineer.
And you can tell when it's dead when you see the blue sparkly thing there. That's the ruby semiconductor. It always coughs up when you kill it. Grab that, and that's how you kill the brute using no ammunition. Alright? Easy peasy, nice and easy. Alright, now back to my hardcore run, and once again the motto here is hard and fast, so I'm not going to bother with the no ammo method of taking down the brute. I'm just going to use my couple timed mines from my line gun, and it's going to go down nice and fast. I've got, I believe, 2 alt upgrades on this line gun, which is more than enough to do it in. You only need 1 alt upgrade to do it in with 2 timed mines. Alright? If you have 4 alt upgrades, you can do in brutes with a single timed mine. Alright? So Brute's going to drop in any second here after Tideman finishes off his "You're doomed" spiel again. You're doomed. Give up now. There we go. Brute drops in, lay down a timed mine. I kind of muffed this, but anyways, the idea is to put it in stasis twice and then lay down 2 timed mines, and that's it. It's dead, and that's all. That's all it takes.
Isaac, are you alright? I think that's all of them. For now.
Why did Tiedemann turn off the power? What did you do to piss him off so much?
LED. You know what a marker is?
Yeah, the unitologist on my crew wouldn't shut up about it. Why, is it real?
Yeah, it's real. Tideman made one using codes, patterns stored in our heads, mine and Strauss. Everything that's happening on this station is happening because of that marker. I have to get to it and destroy it, and I need Strauss to tell me how.
You're a strange man, Isaac.
Will you help me?
We're about to suffocate, so I think I'm better.
Okay, good. Listen, we need power. Without it, we have no air and no train. Sprawl's gotta have backup batteries somewhere.
Yes. The solar array's up there. But they've been mothballed for years.
Okay, alright, good. I'm heading there now. If I can start them up and get some power to the train.
You'll need someone to open the collector panels. I can do that.
Take Strauss and keep him safe.
Alright, so on to the solar array in chapter 7. That's pretty much the end of the chapter. Only got a couple more enemy encounters to deal with. One is the Guardian, that's a pushover because I got the detonator. This is one of only 3 Guardians in the entire game. Both the other 2 Guardians, which are in chapter 9, can be taken down using nearby explosive canisters. So this Guardian coming up is the only one which you really have to, use your own ammunition to take down. Any kind of explosive will do. Detonator's cheapest. Timed mine is a little more expensive. I've seen some other strategy guys actually recommend trying to dismember the Guardian's tentacles to kill it. This is totally ridiculous. Why would you want to do that when you could just blow it away instantly with any kind of explosion? I have no idea. Anyways, I guess those guys didn't actually play the game that much. Anyways, I won't go into too much detail about that. At this point in my run, I'm about to save the game. I'm about to save the game at the save station in chapter 7. So I'm pretty much relieved that I've made it through the run. In fact, the only part I was really worried about in chapter 6 was the baby bomb nursery, because I knew I was going to take a chance and speed run through it, and I've actually blown a hardcore run trying to do that. But I was determined to do it just to keep up the hard and fast pace that I've been maintaining in this run. Add a little bit of thrill-seeking danger to the whole thing. This area, there's a couple spikes right ahead of me, right to my left there, that you can actually use to spear this leaper and this crawling puker here. So this is another area you can take on using no ammunition. But I passed up on that, decided to use a bit of ammo, take these guys down, and that is it. So I'm breathing a huge sigh of relief. Can finally save the game. That's it for my first segment. Join me next video for segment 2 of my Dead Space 2 hardcore run, chapters 7 through 10. Thank you all very much for watching. That's it. I'm out of here.